Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over an article that was released on tabstocks.com about Zion Oil and Gas, ticker symbol ZNOG. But also, we're going to kind of pivot a little bit and go into some news that was brought to my attention recently that I think is a lot more exciting than this article, although I do like this article and appreciate the person who did it. So, yeah, we're going to go over this first. We're not going to read through the whole thing. We're going to kind of go down to the conclusion. I'll kind of skim through and tell you exactly what they're talking about, but it says, will Zion Oil and Gas release some big news soon? So it goes through a little bit of the history of the company. It talks about recent price action, how it's hovering around from 11 to 15 cents, and talking about how, back in November 2021, it got all the way to about 32 cents. And that, we used to be on the NASDAQ, now we're on the OTC, and all that type stuff, okay? And then it comes down, it talks a little bit about the history of the price action, how it went to $1.74, which for those of you who know, who've been in this for a while, you're familiar with that already. And then it talks about how we're doing, we're in the middle of testing, and they have, kept the 3D seismic data results really hush-hush, close to them and all that stuff. And it talks about how the, the big dogs are out there in Israel. They have boots on the ground, and all that good stuff. So we'll go down here and we'll talk about, just kind of give you the conclusion. It says, if Zion can show proven oil reserves, and we're talking about a New York Stock Exchange listed stock, so they're recommending or saying that we should go back to the NASDAQ if things are proven and the stock price starts moving over a certain period of time. I don't know exactly what the requirements are to get listed again, but that would be some big news eventually to get that back on. And it says, in one giveaway of this intention or signals from Zion regarding drilling more wells, if Zion Oil and Gas wants to prove oil reserves in big numbers, it will need to drill more wells. But if it can put MJ2 into production as it then proceeds to drill another one, this will be the biggest plus for Zion Oil and Gas investors can hope for. If all Zion's oil and gas stars line up, investors could be in for a major surprise watching this stock go to the moon. So, interesting article by this guy here because, or at least this website, I don't know if it's the same person, but a couple of days ago they talked about how this stock was a waste of time, and now they're bullish on it, which is okay. It is what it is. I appreciate the article. So this will be linked in the description below if you want to read the entire thing. But now I want to pivot into something a lot more interesting that I just saw a few minutes ago. All right, so we're on the SEC.gov website. This is where you can take a look at company filings, and more specifically, what I like to look out for is ownership disclosures, insider transactions, okay? And this is from April 19th, 2022, which is today. And it says that Form 4 was filed by two individuals here. And before we do anything and look at that, we're going to talk about what a Form 4 is. Excuse me. And so this document is going to be posted in the description below as well. If you've been with us for a while, remember last year I actually went through this and went over this entire form already. So we're going to talk about what a Form 4 is. So it says, in most cases when an insider executes a transaction, he or she must file a Form 4. With the form filing, the public is made aware of the insider's various transactions in a company's securities, including the amount purchased or sold and the price per share. Form 4 must be filed within 2 business days following the transaction date. Transactions in a company's common stock as well as derivative securities, options, warrants, and convertible securities are reported on the form. Each transaction is coded to indicate the nature of the transaction. So we're going to go over to different transaction codes as well. You have A, K, P, S, D, F, M, G, V, and J. So on the ones that I'm going to show you here is it's transaction code A, which is a grant, award, or other acquisition of securities from the company, such as an option, okay? And we also have a V, where it says a transaction voluntarily reported on Form 4. And I think the V's typically is you report it earlier than required. So if I have 2 business days to report it, I may report it the same day that I do the purchase or the acquisition or whatever. So if it would have been a P, that means that person took money out of their own pocket and put money into the company, okay? So we're going to take a look here. And the first one is Michael B. Croswell Jr., which is the CFO, of Zion Oil and Gas. And you see here, it's a code of acquisition 14.5 cents, 400,000 shares, 400,000. Okay, and this is as of the 19th of April 2022, and then the code is code V, which means again that we filed it quicker than normal, all right, or than required. So that's the CFO. Okay, now let's take a look. There's your boy John Brown. Okay, now someone joked about it on StockTwits and said, yeah, I bet you he used our money to buy them shares too. But look at this, 400,000. Okay, 400,000 acquisition of shares at 14.5 cents. Why would you do it now? Why that many? Don't know, but in my opinion, this is a pretty bullish sign in my opinion. Although you know, no news or no indication of anything from the company as far as what they have, but the fact that these guys are doing this now says something in my opinion, and it's something big. So let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. Let's see what they're telling us, and then I'll go and tell you kind of what my plans are moving forward and go from there. All right, guys, taking a look at Zion Oil and Gas, ticker symbol ZNOG, and we are currently at about 15 cents. The volume picked up a pretty decent amount here. We got as high as about 16, and we did cross over that red SMA line, which is a good sign of price strength moving forward. A big test here, in my opinion, is we got to get above 16, and we have to hold there. If we do not hold, then we could fall back down and just kind of trade around in this channel here in between 10 and 16 cents. What I'd like to see over the next couple of days or even the next week is we get up to about 20 to 21. Even if we get rejected here and we fall down, we use 16 cents as support. Okay, keep in mind that this fib level is going to change very, very soon, as you see that the time frame is about to erase this 38 cents as your high. So you're going to go down to about 32 and about 30 cents eventually. So I'll make sure to make an updated video to redraw these levels, but as of now your overall floor is 10 cents, and then next level of resistance is 16, 21, 24, 27, 31, and then 38 currently now. So best thing for me that I can recommend to you is to have a plan in place. Figure out your average cost per share, figure out an amount that would benefit you financially, and not, don't wait just because someone says, oh, it's going to this price. Make sure you have a plan in place for yourself that's going to change and benefit you, your situation financially. That's what I'm doing now, and plus I'm going to leave some in. If we spike up to a certain price point, then I'm going to take a lot of it out, but I'm also going to leave some in because what if this thing continues to keep going? What if we do happen to get eventually listed on the New York Stock Exchange again, as far as on the NASDAQ? That's going to create some more buyers coming in, and it's going to push it higher. So I want to, have some skin in the game for that. I won't take every single thing out because my lowest buying point is at 10 cents. So I have a lot of shares here from 10 that, if it shoots up to $2, $3, $4, and I take 90% of it out, I still have 10% at an average cost of 10 cents. I have some room to play with. If it starts going down too much, if I want to take it out and take some profits, I'll still be a decent amount of profits. But make sure it's something that you're okay with and you're comfortable with. And also be prepared to not hear anything until an annual shareholder meeting. That's a high possibility. They may not say anything until the annual shareholder meeting, which means one of two things: people can speculate and the price will go up, or people will get pissed off and the price will come down. So either way is kind of a good thing, because if it starts shooting up, fantastic, we make money. If it falls down, it gives you a chance to get in a little bit more before takeoff. Okay, so but the insider transactions, in my opinion, look very, very promising to me. It would also be kind of cool if they released a PR, some type of press release prior to that meeting. But my gut feeling is saying that they're going to go silent until that annual shareholder meeting. So we'll have to just kind of wait and see. But anyway, guys, let me know your comments below. Let me know if you're excited about this stock. Let me know your comments on the slow and steady movement moving forward, and let me know your plans in the comment section below. So other than that, we'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day.